हाय एवरीवन वेलकम टू माय चैनल। तो यही वीडियो में आप सहित बुद्धिज्म एंड जैनिज्म प्रिंसिपल एंड इंपैक्ट नोट्स को शेयर कर गुड़ाए एमसीक्यू और 2 मार्क्स 3 मार्क्स क्वेश्चन गुड़िक शेयर हो तो चलो स्टार्ट करवा। बुद्धिज्म प्रिंसिपल्स एंड इंपैक्ट फास्ट टाइम बुद्धिज्म प्रिंसिपल्स एंड इंपैक्ट को डिस्कसन करवा। बुद्धिज्म जाना पूर्व आम टे बुद्धिज्म के स्टार्ट होता कि प्रकार से मैंने तार किए स्टार्ट करता से डिस्कसन करदे। Buddhism, also known as Buddha Dharma and Dharma Vinaya, is an Indian religion or philosophical tradition based on teaching attributed to the Buddha. तो बुद्धंकर टीचिंग एट्रिब्यूटेड उपरे बुद्धिज्मटा कौन ये बुद्धिज्म धर्म जो अच्छी से इंडिया रे प्रचार होती। इट ऑरिजिनेटेड इन नॉर्दर्न इंडिया। इट इज द वर्ल्ड फोर्थ लार्जेस्ट रिलीजन। तो बुद्धिज्म हूँ वर्ल्ड फोर्थ लार्जेस्ट रिलीजन। सिद्धार्थ गौतम मोस्ट कॉमनली referred to as the Buddha was a wandering ascetic and religious teacher who lived in South Asia during 6th or 5th century BC and founded Buddhism. Siddhartha Gautam was born 563 BC or 480 BC Lumbini, Sakya Republic, and died 483 or 400 BC at the age of 80 years Kuchinagar, Mela Republic. His father's name Suttadhana and mother's name Maya Devi. He was married to Yasodhara and had a son Rahula. At the age of 29 years, he left the home to become an ascetic. This event is known as Mahavishkrama. When Buddha saw the Mahavishkrama discussion करता, when Buddha saw 4 different states of man, the idea of renunciation acquired to Buddha. The 4 different states of a man are sick man, old man, crops, and ascetic. He wandered for 7 years, and at the age of 25, he attained enlightenment at Urbala while meditation under people tree or big tree on the banks of the river Niranjana. This tree later came to be known as Bodhi tree, and the place as Buddha Gaya in Bihar. The Buddha Gaya koda Bihar rachi. At Sarnath, Buddha gave his first sermon near Varanasi, and this event is known as Dharma Chakra Pravartana or Dharma Chakra Pravartana. In 483 BC, he died in Kushinagar, UP. This event is known as Mahaparinibramana. Tenets of Buddhism. The Buddhism contest tenets रही। First, Buddha asked his followers to avoid the 2 extremes of indulgence in worldly pleasure and the practice of strict abstinence and asceticism. He ascribed inside the Madhyam Marga or the middle path, which was to be followed. According to him, everyone was responsible for their own happiness in life, stressing upon the individualistic component of Buddhism. The main teaching of Buddhism are encapsulated in the basic concept of 4 noble truths or Arya Sachini, an 8-fold path or Ashtanga Marga. 4 noble truths कौन देखिबा तो ये 2 मार्क्स आसपारे कि 3 मार्क्स आसपारे। 4 noble truths है suffering is the essence of the world. दुख, every suffering has a cause. समुद्य, suffering could be extinguished. निरुद्ध, it can be achieved by following the Ashtanga Marga. देखिए 8-fold paths। तो आज अष्टांग मार्ग कौन? The path consists of various interconnected activities related to knowledge, conduct, and meditation practices. तो आज अष्टांग मार्ग कौन रही? राइट व्यू, राइट इंटेंशन, राइट स्पीच, राइट एक्शन, राइट लाइवहुड, राइट माइंडफुलनेस, राइट इफोर्ट, राइट concentration. Buddha also established care of conduct before monastic order and the limon to follow, which are also known as the five perspectives or Panchashila, and reflection from them: violence, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying or gossiping, talking into interaction, substances or drugs or drink. The Buddha teaching was oral. He taught for 45 years, adapting the teaching to suit the group of he was addressing. The teaching were researched and authoritative at the first council and were live divided in the Pitakas in 483 BC. His teaching were right around 25 BC in Pali, 3 Pitakas, Smriti Pitaka and Abhidhamma Pitakas. Five perspectives. The five perspectives come. The five perspectives are the Buddhist version of a code of conduct or rules to help people be in a moral and ethical way. Buddhists should follow morally good life. This helps them to get rid of suffering and achieve enlightenment. The five prospects are follow. First, refrain from talking life, not killing any living by not stealing, refrain from talking what is not given, refrain from the misuse of the senses, refrain from wrong speech, refrain from intoxicants that could the mind. इम्पैक्ट ऑफ बुद्धिज्म प्रिंसिपल देखिले बर्तमान देखिए इम्पैक्ट तो इम्पैक्ट कौन कौन रही है बुद्धिज्म गेव दी ग्रेटेस्ट jolt to the orthodox Brahmanism. Buddhism exercised peoples in shaping the various aspects of Indian society. It developed a popular religion without any complicated, elaborate and unintelligible rituals required necessarily a precisely. Although Buddhism could never discourage Brahmanism from its high position, it certainly jolted it and inspired institutional changes in Indian society, rejecting the caste system and its evil, including rituals based on animal sacrifices, conservation, fasting, and pilgrim. It preached total equality. Next, popular religion. The Buddhism was a popular religion. Buddhism gave us a simple, intelligible, and popular religion. Buddhism greatly appealed to the people on account on its simplicity, emotional element, easy ethical code, the use of vernacular language, and the methods of teaching. It disordered the abstract philosophy of Upanishads. Moral teaching. The moral teaching Buddhism imported various and good qualities like compassion, non-violence, and truth. All these good qualities shaped personality and character building. Next is monastic system. The monastic system another contribution of Buddhism was the monastic system. The Buddhism monks obeyed a common head and lived together under a common code of discipline. The head of a monastery was elected by the monks. Development of language and literature. Buddhism preached his message in Pali language. Pali was language of common people. During Kanishka's time, the Buddhist monks preached the messages of Buddha in Sanskrit language. Spread of Buddhism taught their languages, enriched this language on their literatures. Art, architecture, sculpture, and painting. The most fasting impact contribution of Buddhism to India was in the field of sculptures and architecture. Buddhist art and sculpture developed with the spread of Buddhism. In art and architecture, stone was used from Ashoka's time. Numerous stupas, chaityas, and pillars were constructed. Stupas at Sanchi, Sarnath, Rumundei, Bharut, Dilwai, and Dhauli and Jawgad etc. are some specimens of Buddhist art and architecture. A large number of sculptures of Buddha and Bodhisattvas come to build according to the Gandhar and Mathura school of act. Contact between India and foreign countries. Buddhism established an intimate contact between India and foreign countries. The Buddhist monks carried the gifts of the Buddha to the foreign countries from 3rd century BC onwards, and foreign Buddhist pilgrims and students came to India in search of knowledge. Thus, Buddhism contributed largely to the synthesis which constitutes the modern Hindu society. Development of university. The Buddhist monasteries were used for education purposes. In the Buddhist monasteries, the beginnings of vernacular or Prakti literature were made, which get development into an esteemed body of literature. Buddhism promoted education through famous residential universities like Nalanda, Taxila, Vikramasila, and Nagarjukunda. Yalavi. Respect for animal life. The Buddhism laid emphasis on non-violence and the sanctity of animal life. It people the creed of ahimsa paramo dharma. The earliest Buddhist text Sukta Nipati boasted the cattle wealth as it describes the cattle to be gifts to food, beauty, and happiness. Buddhism placed for of protection of cattle due to the influence of Buddhism. The Hindus become vegetarian. The Buddhism exerted a tremendous influence on India culture. It inspired religion, art, culture, language, and literature of India. Buddhism is a missionary religion and aims to converting the wind mankind to the doctrines of Buddha. तो बुद्धिज्म सरला मुझे नेक्स्ट वीडियो जैनिज्म प्रिंसिपल इंपैक्ट वीडियो बनदेवी आ पूर्व जो मैंने हिस्टोरिकल राइटिंग्स जो आमर अच्छी सब अच्छी फास्ट यूनिट्र फास्ट चैप्टर सेकेंड चैप्टर मतलब वीडियो बन सारी जदि आप इंटरेस्टेड अच्छा तो चैनल डिस्क्रिप्शन में तार लिंक अच्छी जाकि देखिपारे आ नोट्स को सेयार करूँ जहाँद्वारा कि समस्त पाखे नोट्स पहुँच पार समस्त पाठ साहय। तो थैंक यू टू ऑल ऑफ वाचिंग दिस वीडियो।